So goalless draw here at the New Lawn. Your initial impressions?
Well, we were holding on to the game first half. They were a lot better than we were first half. Just the pace of the game was too much for some of those players. But we stuck in it. We managed to tweak a few bits and pieces and vastly improved second half and created some chances and had better position on that football pitch and better opportunities. Just wasn't quite to be. But let's be honest, we were holding on to the game in the first half.
Rory Mercado came off after half an hour. Was that injury related?
No, tactical. I had to change it. They couldn't keep getting in. Look, I'd have made probably a lot more changes than just the one, but we tried to keep some attacking substitutions for later on in the pitch. Look, they caused us some real problems in relation to that first half. And like I say, we rode our luck, whether it was defending the box well or the goalkeeper making saves or some last-ditch defending. But that can't keep happening. And like I say, they were just a little bit sharper, certainly in those areas of the pitch. And if I could have made more changes, I would have done.
And it was a much improved start to the second half as well, with a few chances created. I guess it's just the frustration of not taking those.
Well, yeah, we're creating, we do. You want it to fall to certain personnel, it's just not quite happening. And even at the end, we're changing it and chasing it and leave yourself open. There's certain games where we're going to have to chase from the start. But let's be honest, in terms of time, we were just holding on for the first half an hour of that game. Towards the end of the first half, we started to get a better foothold, but they were the better team. But then they put so much effort into that first period, they seemed to run out of steam a little bit. And they had a huge effort on Saturday, so full credit to the way they started. But the games like that can't be a shock. Whether you're young, old, experienced, played 500 games or playing your fifth game, it can't be a shock to the system. Start 100 miles an hour, and if a game's slow, you can always slow down. It's the hardest thing to do in life is to chase something.
They really seem to have done their homework on the likes of Matt J as well. He really struggled to even.
Well, they play a boxing midfield, so there's a lot of bodies in there. We know Geordie so well, and obviously another slightly defensive player alongside him. So there's no real space for MJ in that first half. But our attacking players were feeding off scraps in that first period. Second half, they got better ball, better positions, and MJ was allowed to be a little bit more free in terms of shape. But it always starts from the back line. Everything in football starts from the back line, I'm afraid. And we had no platform. To use that word, we had no platform at the back to start with. It was a constant threat against our goal. But second half, much improved, and we've got to take that into Saturday.
And it was yet again another strong performance from Yokel in goal as well.
It had to be, didn't it? Had to be. Like I say, we rode our luck first half. We could have been out of sight in relation to that game, and it was a shock to the system for some of that personnel.
We've got, what was it, 4 games to go now. Newport on Saturday, who won tonight, so that puts a lot of pressure on Saturday.
Yeah, must win game. I'm not seeing the results, but it's must win. Like I say, we're stumbling at the moment. We can't quite get there. But like I say, in terms of that game, it could have been a lot worse in terms of where we were at half time. And they've just got to reset. It's a shame because we can't train them at the moment. We're not doing anything on the training pitch, so we can't work on certain aspects. We're just going to keep picking the freshest team we possibly have, the best legs we possibly have, in the hope and the expectation that something comes off.
How is the spirit in the dressing room? And every time we speak to one of the players, they're really chomping to, they really want to make this a successful season.
Yeah, look, they're trying. If we had the best players in the league, then you'd be expecting more. But we've got a certain standard and a certain level of player within this football club. And unfortunately, in games like tonight, we're always either level or a little bit short in terms of what we need, which is 3 points and goals. Like I say, the big plus was staying in the game in that first half because it could have been an awful lot worse. But we only need one. We only needed one, and that changed the opposition. The only disappointing factor was I was changing shape and personnel before I needed to tonight.
Just finally, one really disappointing fact is that away end would have been packed with 1,000 fans normally coming in. So
yeah, well, I think we were having a bit of a discussion before the game. I think there's a load of fixtures which would be full houses. Whether it's top or bottom of the league, Colchester, Southend, us here tonight. Like I say, it's brutal, isn't it? Let's be honest. We're here, and it's a soulless occasion, and yet there's so much riding on it, and the players are driving and they're giving absolutely everything, but there's no one here to witness it, and it's not the same watching it home on iFollow, and it certainly doesn't feel the same. So hopefully that changes come next season, because this is one of the ones where we fill one side of the pitch and they make a hell of a lot of noise, and when you cast your mind back to last season in relation to that. But the boys are giving everything. They're just out on their feet.